In the middle of summer it suddenly began to snow. The woman and her husband were confused. Her best friend came home with blood coming from her ears. Before she could even speak she collapsed to the floor. They rushed her to the hospital, but outside the emergency room more and more people were falling, all of them bleeding from their ears with the same symptoms. The husband sensed something was wrong and told his wife to go home. She refused to leave until he said something terrifying. Then she finally ran out with him. On the way they bought protective suits. They sealed the windows, disinfected everything and isolated themselves. The husband closed the curtains and told her to rest. When she woke the next morning he hadn't slept at all. He had cleaned the entire house and stocked up on food. Suddenly a loud alert came from her phone. All women are forbidden to go outside. The TV reported a virus had broken out that infected only women. She thought it would pass in a few days, but 1 month went by. More and more people died and the outside world turned into ruins. The husband bought a gun to protect her. Trapped inside she spent her days staring out the window. A whole year passed like that. One day she received a video message from her father. Her husband warned her not to speak. Phones were being monitored. If they found a healthy woman she'd be taken to reproduce. She answered anyway. Her father cried saying her mother had been taken. The woman couldn't stay silent and spoke. The husband instantly hung up. She broke down accusing him of keeping her like a prisoner. He said he was only trying to protect her. They argued violently. She pulled the gun and told him to leave. After he walked out she put on the protective suit and went outside. She wanted to see the world for herself. Standing on the rooftop she took off her suit and opened her arms to the sunlight. When her husband found her she was already smiling. Back home she took a test. 5 minutes later the liquid turned blue. She was infected. But instead of fear she felt calm. She packed her things, disguised herself as a man, and asked her husband to take her away. They went to a small diner and had a hot meal for the first time in months. Then the TV announced a reward of 1 million for reporting any living woman. They left in a hurry but an old man at the door watched them. Soon after her ears began to bleed. She had only 6 days left to live. After crying she decided to go with her husband to the waterfall where they had their first date. The next morning he woke up and she was gone. He stepped out of the tent and saw the old man and his son pointing guns at him. They wanted to capture the woman for the reward. She returned, saw what was happening and ran. She kept running until the illness made her collapse. That night she woke up, rescued her husband, and together they fled into the night. They finally reached the waterfall, standing face to face in silence. She lifted her camera and took one last picture together. She hoped that when she was gone, that photo would remind him he still had a reason to keep living.